Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to the class on history. The previous class, I had explained to you the different causes of the Second World War. So we had completed the First World War, the results of the First World War. We learned about the concept of Nazism and Fascism. The previous class, we learned about the different causes of a Second World War. I hope you have clear so far. Now let's move on to the next chapter, that is United Nations, popularly known as UN. So remember, after the First World War, there emerged something called the League of Nations to maintain the world peace, but it was a failure. That we have learned why it was a failure. Now, after the Second World War, again the people came together, the leaders came together and they formed an association called the United Nations, so that it will prevent another world war. Now, what are the objectives of this particular United Nations? The first objective is to maintain international peace and security. It means they need to prevent another world war. And second, develop friendly relations among the countries. Next one, achieve international cooperation in solving problems. If there is a problem, we need to have international cooperation to solve that particular problem. And United Nations, it has to become a center for harmonizing the actions of the nations. These are the four objectives of United Nations: to maintain world peace and security, develop friendly relations among the countries, achieve international cooperation in solving the problems, and become a center for harmonizing, for coordinating the actions of the countries. And now what are the new objectives? Disarm, which means stop collecting, gathering weapons. Decolonize, the countries should not be having colonies now. And develop. These are the three new objectives that they have got: disarm, decolonize, and third one is develop. These are the new objectives of United Nations: disarm, decolonize, develop. And we are going to learn three different organs of United Nations: General Assembly, Security Council, and International Court of Justice. These are the three organs that you need to learn as per your syllabus. So we'll take the first one, that is General Assembly. General Assembly. And what does it mean? General Assembly is the deliberative organ of United Nations. It is considered as the deliberative organ, which means the legislative body of United Nations. And the work of the UN is determined by the will of the majority of the members. Okay? So General Assembly is a deliberative or the legislative organ of UN, and the work of the UN is decided by the will of the majority of its members. And the decision taken by General Assembly does not have any legal binding on the government. Which means, when a decision taken by the General Assembly, the governments of the countries do not have to follow it. It does not have a legal binding for the government. And what does it carry? It carries the weight of the world opinion and moral authority of the world community. So the decision of the General Assembly does not have any legal force on the government. Instead, what does it carry? It carries the weight of world opinion, because almost all the countries have become part of General Assembly or the United Nations. So it is the world's opinion and the moral authority of the world community. Okay? So that's about the introduction about General Assembly. Now come to the first topic, that is the composition. Who are the people who become part of this General Assembly. All the members of UN are members of a General Assembly. The moment a country becomes part of UN, what happens? That country becomes a member of a General Assembly. And each state, which means each country, can send 5 representatives, but each country has got only one vote. Which means each country can send 5 representatives to the General Assembly, but each country has got only one vote. And when do they have the meeting? The regular meeting of the General Assembly happens from 3rd Tuesday in September till 3rd week of December. This is a normal time period of the meeting that they have got. 3rd Tuesday in September to 3rd week of December. And while they are having the meeting, they will elect the president, 21 vice presidents, and chairman of various committees. So, all members of UN become members of General Assembly. Each country can send 5 representatives, but only one vote. The regular session happens from 3rd Tuesday in September until 3rd week of December. During the meeting, they elect the president, 21 vice presidents, and chairmen of various committees. And the presidency of the assembly will depend on the equitable geographical representation, which means this particular General Assembly has got 5 different groups. Okay, I can explain to you, like Africa, Asia, Eastern Europe, next one is Latin America, the last one is Western Europe. So the presidency of the General Assembly depends on the equitable geographical representation, which means the presidency of the assembly will rotate each year among the 5 different groups. Which means first time it will be from Africa, then it is from Asia, then one from Eastern Europe, from Latin America and Western Europe, for providing equal geographical representation. So the presidency of General Assembly rotates each year among 5 different groups, and these are the 5 groups that I told you: Africa, Asia, Eastern Europe, Latin America, and the Western Europe. So the presidency, first it will be from Africa, then Asia, then Eastern Europe, Latin America, Western Europe. Then it rotates among the 5 different groups. Hope it is clear now with regard to the President of a General Assembly. And they have also special sessions. Okay, I told you the regular meeting, the annual meeting happens from 3rd Tuesday in September until 3rd week of December. They have got special meetings convened, initiated by the Secretary General at the request of Security Council or a special request by majority of the members. So, the special sessions are convened by the Secretary General at the request of the Security Council, or majority of the members feel that there has to be a meeting. Next thing is about the decisions. How do they take decisions? How does General Assembly take decision? There are 2 things to be learned. One is on important matters. One is decisions on important matters or decisions on other matters. Decisions on important matters require 2/3 majority. They require 2/3 majority for a decision on important matters. Now, what are these important matters? Like election of non-permanent members of Security Council, admission of new members, suspension of any member. So these are the important matters on which they require two-third majority. Now, in decisions on other matters require majority of the members present and voting. There, on important matters, they require two-third majority compulsorily. On decisions on other matters require majority of members present and voting. If there are 100 people present for the meeting, there you need to get the majority of the people present and voting. So these are the things that you need to remember with regard to the composition of a General Assembly. How do they elect the President? When do they have the meeting? And when do they have special meetings or special sessions? And the decisions on important matters and decisions on other matters. Now next thing is about the powers and functions of the General Assembly. Okay, these are the simple things that I will explain to you. These are not very complicated matters, so I will take one by one. The first one, consider and make recommendations on principles of cooperation. The General Assembly will consider and make recommendations for cooperation among the countries. That's the first one. Second, they will discuss any question, any matter related to international peace and security. That's the duty of a General Assembly. Third, discuss and make recommendations on any question within the scope of Charter. Anything that comes under the Charter of UN, they can discuss and they can make recommendations. Next one, they begin studies and make recommendations to promote international political, social and economic cooperation. International political, social and economic cooperation. They make recommendations for the peaceful settlement of disputes. If there is an issue, they recommend peaceful settlement of those issues. They will receive and consider reports from the Security Council and other organs of UN. They will consider and approve the budget of United Nations. They will elect non-permanent members of Security Council, Economic and the Social Council members and the Trusteeship Council. Next one, they will elect the judges of International Court of Justice and they will appoint Secretary General on recommendation of a Security Council. These are the different powers of a General Assembly. So kindly go through I will send the notes to you. Read the notes and I hope you will be able to understand it properly. And then next what we have is the Security Council. The Security Council. There is second organ that you are going to learn. That is Security Council. Security Council is considered as the executive body. General Assembly as a legislative body. This is the Security Council is considered as the executive body. Two important things: maintain international peace and security, and a representative of each of its members will have to be present at all times at the headquarters. So the first thing, maintain peace and security, international peace and security. Second, a representative of each of its members, we will see the composition later, and must be present at all times at the headquarters. Now coming to the composition. What is the composition of a Security Council? There are two. First one is the permanent members. Second is the non-permanent members. So Permanent members means they are the permanent countries. Permanent members of the Security Council include China, France, Russia, Britain and USA. You have to find out them. China, France, Russia, USA and Britain. These are the 5 permanent countries. And we have got 10 non-permanent members. So, composition means there are 15 members, 5 permanent, 10 non-permanent. And how do we get this number called 10 non-permanent members? The first one, Afro-Asian countries. Afro-Asian countries, Latin American countries. Third one is the West European countries. The last one is the East European countries. So, Afro-Asian countries, we will have 5 members. Latin American countries, we have 2. West European countries, we have got 2. And the East European countries, we have got 1. So, we get the number called 10 non-permanent members. Afro-Asian countries, 5 of them. Latin America, 2 of them. West European countries, 2 of them. And East European countries, 1 of them. And the 10 non-permanent members, the 10 non-permanent members are elected by the General Assembly with 2/3 majority for 2 years. Okay, so these 10 non-permanent members are elected by the General Assembly with 2/3 majority for 2 years. And a retiring member not eligible for immediate re-election. When a country retires after 2 years, that particular country is not eligible for immediate re-election. And the presidency of the Security Council rotates monthly depending on English alphabetical listing. That's what they follow. The previous one, General Assembly said they rotate the presidency each year among the 5 different groups that you have learned. Here, how do they rotate the presidency? That is, they rotate the presidency every month, monthly, and it depends on the English alphabetical listing. They will make the names according to the alphabet order, and they elect the president for every month. Now, we'll see what are the functions of it. Okay, the first function, as I said, maintain the peace and security according to the principles of UN. They will have to maintain the world peace and security according to the principles of UN. That's the first one. Second, investigate any dispute which might lead to international problem. So when there is an issue that might become an international problem, they will have to investigate and see how it can be solved. Third one, recommend methods for adjusting or settling disputes. This one, formulate plans for establishment of a system to regulate armaments. How the countries can collect the weapons. They need to make a plan and system to regulate the armaments. This one, determine the existence of a threat to the peace. When there is a threat, they need to determine this is a threat to the world peace. And call on members, means ask the members to apply economic sanctions and other measures initiated by the UN. They will take military action against an aggressor. They will recommend admission of new members. Exercise trusteeship functions of UN in strategic areas. The last one, they will recommend to the General Assembly for the appointment of a Secretary General. These are the functions that are carried out by the Security Council. So remember, Security Council is known as the executive body It is of 15 members, 5 permanent and 10 non-permanent members. With regard to the president, depends on the English alphabetical listing and the different functions carried out by the Security Council. So we have one more order, that is the International Court of Justice, that I will explain in the next class. So I hope you have seen the timetable. So start preparing for your exam. We do not have so much time left. So start preparing for your exam properly. Follow the specimen paper. I hope you have already gone through it. Understand the method of the exam and see how it can be done. So complete the notes. I will send the notes in the WhatsApp today. Complete the notes. Watch the video along with the notes so that it will be easy for you to understand. Thank you.